Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars week 73, day 5, and of course is a purple day, one of the slightly easier days, mostly because there's some pretty decent wild queen builds that can actually be built around a purple, which ends up working out pretty well most of the time. There's also a lot of skull spam in general, and quite a few of the more consistent skull spammers as well. So you have a couple options that you can kind of run through it with that. As far as what we'll specifically be running with, I believe we don't actually need to revamp. We of course had the Zoogoth, Green Seer, Wild Queen, and Leprechaun. However, what day were we going to run Australis? Were we still going to try it for yellow? Didn't we make a different team for yellow? It was like Terra Mist one, right? Yeah, we're going to use it for yellow Guild War most likely. So we might do a revamp on yellow day. Which I actually, if I'm not mistaken, I already revamped my yellow into it? No, I did not. Let me go do that now, just so I don't forget for the other day. But that's not what we're running for purple day, obviously. But just so I don't forget. So we won't change up today's team, but I will do that for wrong team copied. I will do that for this one from Mist. So we'll grab that. Get it onto yellow. Which I thought I already did. I guess I didn't bother pasting it there the other day. But that's not what we're running today, of course. What we're running today is the Zoogoth build, which should work pretty well. As far as Guild War Defend right now, I believe we're at 2-5 last I checked. Should still be there. Yeah, 2-5. So we went 3-5, 0-4, 3-4, 1-4, and then 2-5. So overall, our best day was still obviously Life and Death, because Life and Death is ridiculously broken. And then we have the other team for Yellow Day to see how that goes. And it's a Wild Queen build. A little bit of a weirder Wild Queen build. As far as ranking, we are top 3 in this bracket right now, which we kind of already knew we were around top 3. As I mentioned earlier, we just didn't have our battles in. But now that we actually have our battles in, you can see we are top 3. Of course, it's obviously excessively close for the top few positions here. But we are still technically top 3, so I'll take it. Anyways, let's go and do the battles then. So let's go switch over to our purple day and hopefully go flawless. Especially since we've lost 3 battles this week so far. So hopefully we can go flawless the rest of the time, and we should be able to. So for this, we'll be running, as I mentioned, Zoogoth, Green Seer, Wild Queen, and Leprechaun. Main goal here is to cast Leprechaun, get it right to Green Seer, go crazy with that, destroy everything, go and win. It's even a little bit immune to that of attack steal, since we'd still have the instant kill. However, you don't have Doom Skull, so you aren't like completely immune against like a Curse and Tangle. We can still get stats effect on Zoogoth, of course. However, it's very rare that he does. So even if they're running something like a Obsidious build, not with that thing, but of the one that stuns all enemies, we won't really need to worry about that much, since we're going to kind of have some amount of immunity to it already. Just 1 second, my bad. Eyes not wanting to function right now. Okay, anyways, where were we? Good one is purple. Let's double check on color. It is 100% purple, and let's get into it. But hello everyone, hope all of you have been doing well today. And also, preemptively happy Easter. Since, of course, Easter's right around the corner. And we will be streaming for most of Easter, too. We'll be doing Animal Crossing for the earlier part. Kind of like how we did today, except for slightly not as long, because I'll probably get off a little bit earlier for dinner. And to kind of celebrate Easter with that. And other than that, we'll have our normal Gems of War stream tomorrow night. And we'll have the bunny ears ready to go. No worries, we are still wearing bunny ears for tomorrow for sure. 100%. Probably not going to wear it all morning stream though. This is going to get annoying wearing it for that long. But probably all of tonight's or tomorrow night's stream we will be. Also, we almost hit 1.9k in PvP, which I feel like I don't do a lot these days. Mostly because a lot of the loot that you get from it, we don't technically need. We almost have enough epics, which is one of the bigger things you get off it. The glory is a small amount. The glory keys are a small amount. So what else do we really need from it? Gives almost no viable drops. It's still worth it to grab the glory keys if nothing else. Whoa, that did too much damage too quick. I didn't realize he had, oh, I gotta be more careful around that. That was the thing that does triple damage against purples. Gotta watch out for that. That does a lot of damage to Zoogoth very quick. One of the biggest issues is, oh gosh, that someone might actually done us in. That's slightly unfortunate. But the biggest issue with using Zoogoth in this game mode is he still does have a very low amount of stats when you're first starting Alpha Battle. That has not changed. He still has that little bit of a slow starting condition. And we just got hurt a lot from that initially. So right there, we do luckily get another skull. However, he just got a billion summons. Wow, he just got a lot of summon. And I think we're dead right here. So unfortunately, we're going to lose because I didn't notice the first slot he had. It is very unlikely we win this with just a leprechaun. And we're dead, yeah. Did he even go triple on burning? No, that was assassinate from the assassin class. Ouch. But yeah, the purple thing really got us there. That has double damage? Yeah, it should be double damage to purple. But to Zugaf, that's pretty much like 2 skulls because he does have a lower starting durability than most other options that you would have on a Guild War day like this. That's one of the biggest issues Zugaf has. Once he gets going, he gains all that stats back because he gains 5 to all stats per extra turn. But he is one of the troops that has a high base attack, which means he has a really low initial durability, which you really got to watch out for if you're going to use him in first slot. Which, unfortunately, I did not right there. Well, he should be fine. Still score around like a 7,900. Pretty close to that. What is with all these summons in first slot? They really like getting those summons at 100% rate, even though it's only like 35% and 20%. The 2 summons they got last time. That one's 35%. I need Zugaf to full mana. Unfortunately, we do not have a way to get it to full mana right now, so let's take green for now. And get it from there. Let's see. Okay, Zugaf's still alive, but it probably won't be for long. Come on, this is one of the easier days. We'll take that down for now. Can you please stop getting summons? That's the biggest issue here. He just has like infinite summon rate. Really bad luck on that right now. Okay, let me Zugaf the hero. Do you have stealthy? You probably do with that hero class. Yeah, you do have stealthy, so I can't target it directly. So I'm actually going to wait. And then we can Zugaf that. And now we should be fine because he has 0 attack, so he can't even hit us back if he wants to. There we go. You don't even get the choice. There is no hitting us back. Well, both of you have been having a good weekend so far. Hello, Bill Warhammer. Didn't even say hellos yet. Hello, Army Xtube. Hello, Rex. Hello, Dartero. Hello, Dinosaur Girl. Hello, Cinnamon. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Matt. Hello, the Joker. Hello, Abby. Hello, that's everyone. And hello, everyone else. Let's see. The snow... Oh, yeah, we could trade the snow globe fish in a little bit, Cinnamon. We could do that, Actually, I might even just order a second one of it. Wait, do I even have any orders left? I'll check later. But I might just order you one. Because I'm going to order a bunch of them. And if I have any buys left, I probably will. And I'll just send you one of them. Because I need that for a gift shop thingy. But anyways, what do we need here? We'll take the red down. That's unfortunately 1 mana short. Do we have it on purple? Yes. We're not frozen on purple, so we'll go for that. Get our Wild Queen down. Oh, do we Zugaf first? Yes. Or not, yes. I do the exact opposite of what I just said. No. We go for the Wild Queen first. Then we go for Zugaf, just to make sure it has a low attack. Just to protect us from taking as much damage. We'll kill Frost Mage because it's Frost Mage. Unfortunately, the follow-up just completely missed right there. Do we even take a skull here? I guess we do. So we'll go for that. He'll die to burn. Oh, the only problem with that is he does get to do more skull damage that way, which is slightly unfortunate. We also have no way to feed into Leprechaun, which is a little bit annoying given that's exactly 1 mana short, which is not ideal. Not the number we'd want to see there. We could actually lose first slot again. Zugaf, stop dying. I think he died almost every battle. I'll take that over. I'm even using higher durability too, which is kind of surprising that he's still dying. Okay, this should be match. We do this, and then as long as we hit a skull or 2, and he's dead. Hero Doom purple, Ishbala, Moon Rabbit, and Orpheus. Interesting. I have ran Ishbala for purple quite a few times. I ended up retiring it, I believe, 1 or 2 Guild Wars back, though. I never ran it with Orpheus, though, for the cleanse. And Doom's purple, I'm not sure how I feel about that in first slot. Normally you use it back at least 1 spot. I guess you could get away with it in first slot. It's a really powerful weapon, all the Doom-related weapons. That are not all the Doom-related weapons, but I mean all the Doom weapons that do full AoE into Doom Skull Convert. When I say all Doom-related weapons, because those are the only 6 that exist. All the other ones basically don't exist. That's the only extremely good one. So let me lower his attack because his damage is based on it. Unfortunately, he goes right to a full attack hit. We'll just go for board clear and hope it doesn't fail. And, well, it didn't hit extra turn, but at least it didn't really give him anything. So we'll go and get this onto red, and we should be good to go from here. We just go throw a Wild Queen down. Go do it on him just in case. And good thing we did, because then we could do it on that. And it should be a match, and he's already dead. Let's just Zugaf kill him for safety's sake. We would have technically gotten ever so slightly in points if we went for the Wild Queen there. But we're not taking any risk after all those battles. There we go. Unfortunately, one loss. It should be a really solid one loss, though. Yeah, anything around 8,000 with one loss is really solid. That's only 3 points below. But there we currently are. We're at 1,743. And even after both guilds did one whole more person of battles, it would appear we still have the lead. Not by much, though. By like 1,000. We have a lead by like 1,000. A little bit less than 1,000. But we still got that lead. Well, as long as we make right in the middle here, it doesn't really matter. As long as we don't make 38th, 39th, or 40th. And I think we're kind of high enough to be safe from that location as long as everyone does the battles tomorrow. So we're definitely making the middle of this. I forget if we actually move up if we get top 3 or only top 2. I know bracket 3 is only top 2, and I know bracket 2 is only top 2. I forget what bracket 4's condition is. It might actually move up by 2, if and only if you get first. Which would be a pretty big jump going from 4 to 2 again. But I'm pretty sure that's how that bracket works. Obviously, we're not going to make first this time. They would have to do insanely bad for us to cover that little bit of gap at this point. Given that there's only 1 day left and we have like a 30,000 point gap. But this gap is manageable. Making third to maintain third. Hopefully we'll be able to. It's really close though, as you can see though. It's almost like a dead tie. It's almost a dead 3-way tie. Well, we'll see what happens as of tomorrow. After we get the last of our battles in there. Anyways, where were we? So we did that. Let's go change over to armor. We got some purple deeds today, so you definitely don't want to forget to go do adventure board today. If I'm not mistaken, we might even have a permanent +1 magic off of it. We're pretty close. Let me go see how many I can craft. We might actually have +1 magic. Let's see. We have 4, so that'll be 25. Yeah, I think we have it on Monday. Not today, but on Monday. So we currently have 25 as soon as we go do those. Get our 4 scrolls for the day. How many can we currently craft? So that brings us to 27. So we have enough spare deeds to make 3 more. I'm not sure. However, anyone who ever bought a purple thing should have exactly enough to go get it right now. If you got every single one since then. Every purple deed that has existed. So how many thingies do we get next week? It's not going to be enough, is it? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. You can only check how many you can get here. No, I think we need 1 more purple day. I think we're going to be, like, literally 1 short. But how many are we currently at for writs? Maybe even a small event would push it over. No, we're at 13 writs. But, yeah, we're at 27 once we do the 4. Then 29 as of Monday. It's going to be slightly short. You could theoretically get 3 on a Monday. However, we would need slightly more writs, so that's not going to happen. We'd have to have, I believe, 40 writs or more to be able to do it on a Monday. Otherwise, we're going to be literally 1 deed of magic short. How awful is that? Hopefully, we get some extra purple deeds within the next few days. Otherwise, as of Monday, we are exactly 1 deed short. Which is so close, yet very, very far. Because that 1 whole deed is the difference between 1 magic and not 1 magic. Very unfortunate, but likely the case. Also, they're trying to sell power orb today. Strategically, they should have tried selling purple deeds. Now would be the perfect day to try to sell purple deeds. But they aren't. Just selling a overpriced orb of power. I don't know. Some people might not consider it overpriced. It's $50 for an orb of power. You need like 8 of them for Zugaf, which is really expensive if you're trying to get Zugaf with money. That means if you want to buy Zugaf, it costs like $400, which obviously I would not advise, though it is possible. He's not that good that you would want him for that. Obviously, we use him here and there. As you saw, he can still easily lose. He has a big vulnerability of very low initial durability. That's probably his biggest downside, is his low starting durability. Once he gets going, he makes up for it. But at the initial start of battle, he has one of the lower durabilities in the game because he has a really high base attack. And anything with a really high base attack has a lower HP and armor. And even though he gains 5 to all stats per extra turn, his actual initial stats are lower than most average troops. That's hello, Drock Savage. Welcome. And hello, Bonnie. Also, I cannot read that, unfortunately. I know, Cinnamon. I'll get around to it later. I saw the comment earlier. Let's see. We'll go through that for now. Okay, what do we need here? We'll get a explosion in there. Get our other split damage down. And all these should go down in one shot, except for the final battle of Epic. That one will likely have to take 2 shots, because Rowena will not have enough damage. She can't one-shot everything, unfortunately. Will be nice the day that she finally does have that many stats, but it'll be a while. It'll be a while. Okay, we'll throw that down for now. Oh, we already got split. Don't even need to do anything else. Just immediately throw it. If anyone else does any other questions, feel free to leave it in chat. Because as soon as we finish out doing the dailies, we'll hand out a code. And then we Vault grind. We're actually currently at 6, as the title says. We have so far found 6 Vault keys. 3 yesterday morning stream, and 3 last night, surprisingly. We found 3 within like 10 minutes. It was really insanely lucky last night. But that's pretty much the game plan. Is finish up these, finish up all the daily code, and hopefully find a Vault key. Because ideally, as we normally do with most events, Vault events, I do try to aim for about 10 Vault keys if we can. And obviously, if we do, we do. We don't, we don't. But that is generally the goal for most of these events. It's a nice goal to have. It's normally manageable. We're still 4 keys off, though. Well, I haven't been grinding this event as much this weekend. Mostly because Animal Crossing had a massive grind today. We actually did it for like its entire duration almost. Except for maybe like an hour. But we pretty much did it for whole duration. Let's see. We'll throw that down. But unlike Gems of War event that happens every single month, the one that just happened to Animal Crossing happens every 3 months. So there's technically 2 different versions. So I guess it happens every 1.5 months. Which in a way is almost the exact amount of time that Vault event is. Now that I think about it, that is about the interval that Vault event is in Gems of War, isn't it? Because Gems of War's Vault event, while it's almost every month, it technically has a 5 to 6 week gap. It's not exactly in a month every single time. It sometimes has a little bit more of a gap than a month. But anyways, where were we? Let's go clear out dungeons. Then we'll hand out code. I guess we'll keep with this team. The main reason I'm keeping with this rather than switching to Phoenicia is I need the Night EXP. Still trying to get Night leveled, of course. We're level 94. Trying to get to 100. I have until Friday to get it to 100. But obviously, the earlier we get it there, the better. As long as we get it done by Friday, that's the main thing that matters. Which 5 metal is that? We normally use Phoenicia for it, but if you found something cheaper, that'd be kind of interesting. I'm still trying to find an Explore 5 that can run with 0 mythics. Does that use a mythic? Because I'm not aware of any Explore 5 that can run, that can win instantly while not using a mythic. I believe every variant of it requires a mythic. Normally Phoenicia. Not sure what mythic you used on that one. I'll need to go double check it in a moment. Oh, thank you for that, Bonnie. What's going on Friday that involves night class? Nothing, but we're getting the last hero class added to the game. And I want to have night done before then, just so we don't have to keep leveling it, so that we can focus on a new hero class instead. But no, nothing related to night specifically is happening this Friday. But we're getting a new hero class this Friday. And it's the last hero class potentially ever to be added to the game. It's the only kingdom that is currently missing one, Cinemirage. We are getting the Cinemirage hero class this Friday. Actually, you can probably even see it underneath the thing. Right? Yeah, you can see it right there. In 5 days and 6 hours, we are getting the Cinemirage hero class, which is what that icon is for right there. That new class icon that we haven't seen before. But yeah, 5 days and 6 hours is the last hero class to be added to the game, unless they're going to be adding them for something else. But as it currently stands, to our knowledge, this is the last hero class ever being added. Doesn't mean it will be the last one ever added, but you know. at least for the foreseeable future, for a little while, it is the last one. Then it's probably going to be replaced with raids, because raids is very soon probably going to become a weekend event. Maybe not next patch, but very soon. But though potentially next patch, because yeah, as of next Friday, boom, it's the last class add to the game. That's why I want to have night done, just so we can go and focus on leveling that new hero class to about 70 or so, rather than still having to worry about leveling up night. Anyways, let me go hand out code. I did say I would hand out code right there. And we do have plenty because Salty gave me more. However, I never did test any of Salty's new codes from the new set. I need to make sure to do that at some point later on. But for now, let's just go use the next code in line. The second to last from our previous set. And that is this code, if I could type correctly. We type in that code right there. Oh, never mind. We're on the last code of the previous set. We already used that last night. I forgot, yeah, duh. Because we said earlier we'd have enough for exactly before Easter. So yeah, that's the last code of the previous set. Luckily though, Salty gave us another 30. So no need to worry. We have plenty of codes. And hopefully we still have a big code for tomorrow. And if we don't, we'll hand out 2 small codes. Oh yeah, where did our hair go? I don't know. It just kind of fell off one morning. No, we shaved it the other day. Actually, I still need to clean up my beard thing. Or lack thereof. But yeah, we ended up just shaving it all. Kind of did this really quick down here, which is why it's not like all even yet. You probably can't really tell through the webcam thing. But I do need to go trim that up. Where do you insert? Oh, where do you insert the code? You do it on gemsofwar.com with the game code section, or simply click that link that's with the code right there. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over here in the bottom left corner. Redeem code's right over there in chat, as well as the link to where you go and use it. And you just copy paste those random letters, the S, E, P, and all those into the redeem code section. And it gives us the same reward as always, though we'll hopefully have a bigger one tomorrow. Which is 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And the one tomorrow has 25 gems in it, assuming we still have any left. Not sure if we do. Otherwise, we'll hand out 2 small codes. Also, we're probably going to get some amount of free gems tomorrow. Probably only like 25 or 50 in game or whatever they normally give. But I think it's normally 25 gems with some of Tradestone color. But maybe we'll get a Easter pet. Maybe last year's Easter pet or something. We don't know exactly what will be there until tomorrow. Well, we get something free for Easter. A little something. Don't expect too much. Hopefully they'll also do the adventure board thing. They haven't done it a single time, other than for the Lunar New Year. Man, anyways, okay, next order of business. We did that, we did that, we did that. So I think our next focus is try to hunt for a Valky. So we'll go do that in Zacian. Go hunt some gnomes and get Knight Hero class level 95 at minimum. We actually should be pretty close to it as well. Yep, I knew it. We're 3 XP away. Why'd I even check? Every single time I've been checking lately, it's like, oh, we're like 0 away. Pretty much. One of the times it was 1 XP, this time it's 3 XP. Which will take us quite literal seconds. It'll take about a minute. Oh, only 200 glory. What are you doing? Well, at least we got a gnome. Not the greatest, though. Is Kakarot the only Magic Kingdom left to max? No. I have a few of them. We still have... there's 5 of them. There's Silverglade. There's Zacian, but it's Zacian is green, not purple. It is the only +1 Magic Kingdom that it runs on green rather than purple. But as far as purple, there are... there's Silverglade. There's our level. There's Kakarot. There's Darkstone. And there's Blighted Lands. I still don't have Kakarot or Blighted Lands upgraded, if I'm not mistaken. The other 2 we do. Let me go double check. But yeah, we should have Kakarot upgraded, which we do. And we should have Silverglade. And obviously we have Zacian because it uses green, not purple. So the only 2 purples we still need to do, or I need to do, is Darkstone and Blighted Lands. Which one we're going to go for, I am not certain. I really actually don't know. Doing Blighted Lands would help with next Friday's event. Though it wouldn't help that much. Yeah, I think we'll do it to Blighted Lands. There's 2 reasons for that. Blighted Lands doesn't have a faction yet we already done Darkstone Pure faction. And the second reason is, assuming we can get the purple deeds, find another random 1 purple deed somehow next week. By the time Friday comes around, the weekend event, we would have an additional benefit that we can use for the event. So that will end up working for that. So yeah, I think I'm going to do Blighted Lands next for my next purple upgrade. and then save Darkstone for last. And then that will be all 5 of the Magic Kingdoms for +1, which are the most important ones to do first. So yeah, I'm almost guaranteed going to do Blade of Lands first then. And then we'll do Darkstone last, because I personally already did All Seeing Eye, so I don't need the benefit from the Kingdom bonus stuff. And whereas we could still use it for Blade of Lands, because we don't know how soon that might be getting a faction. I don't think it's being the one to getting it next, but never know. Always good to have it done in advance. And I already did Pure Faction for Darkstone, so a lot less of a need to do it that way. Anyways, back to Zacian. Of course, we don't have to do this here. I just like doing it as Zacian. Do you focus on reaching 10 stars or level 15 kingdoms instead? 10 star is actually easier to do than 15, level 15. And the main reason for this is level 15 is very limited due to deeds. Whereas theoretically, while it's a little bit hard to infinitely grind it, it is technically possible to infinitely grind 10 stars. Anything that you're doing that's increasing the amount of gems that you're receiving will theoretically increase your rate at getting all the 10 stars. Because something like the deeds, you cannot infinitely farm deeds. All deeds that are pretty much accumulated in the state of the game, other than the few that you can get from guild, are all luck-based objects that you end up obtaining. Whereas something like 10 stars, there's no luck. Well, there's luck to it, because you need to try getting mythic drops. But you can grind out the chance to get it, basically. Whereas you can't grind out the chance to get deeds. You just slowly get them in time. So you normally want to focus on level 10 All Kingdom prior to, or sorry, 10 Star All Kingdom before level 15 All Kingdoms. Because there's 2 different levels that are associated to a kingdom. The power level, which is also generally called the star level, because that's what those stars are for, as well as the kingdom level. The kingdom level is bottlenecked beyond 10 by deeds. So you don't tend to go beyond level 10 on most kingdoms for a while. Just because they get bottlenecked by deeds, and it becomes a little bit nearly impossible, unless you get lucky, just get more deeds over time, to really go any further on them. Whereas, oh, we got a Volkey! 7 Volkeys! Nice. 3 more. But, yeah, you can technically infinitely grind 10-star kingdoms. It's a little bit hard, though. The main thing that you need for 10-star kingdom is 18 level 20s, the mythic from the kingdom, and I believe 17 of them being traded. I'm pretty sure is what you need. Was it 20? Wait, is it 20 level 20s or is it 18 level 20s? Why do I feel like it's 18 level 20s? Isn't that correct? I actually forget what you need for a 20. I'm pretty sure it was 18 level 20s for 10 star. I believe it was that and owning the mythic from the kingdom are the 2 hardest to do. Because 18 level 20s requires you to have all 18 of those troops to be mythic and level to 20. The level to 20 is not the hard part. Having the mythic ascended is. Yeah, there's generally you do get stuck at 9 stars for quite a while. Mostly because the main thing that will stop you from going further is mythic. Having 1 mythic from every location. Because it can take a while to get mythics for many kingdoms. However, at 9 star you do have not max you don't have max tribute. However, you gain a good majority of your tribute value by 9. Because that's the last time it does like a full 1 times multiplier gap. Every single multiplier gap after that is only a 0.25. So once you get that final 1 times 1, you're at a good majority of your tribute. Like once you have every kingdom at base 9 stars, which is a nice milestone to have, you don't have max tribute in the game, but you have a substantially high amount of the bonus. To the point that you nearly have max. Which really helps accumulate gems, and those gems can correlate to, of course, more drops, and more drops can correlate to more stars, hopefully. Though, of course, mythics will always be rather luck-based. The only consistent way to get them is diamonds. And then crafting diamonds for kingdoms you really want to upgrade. Like getting a mythic in a location that would be good. Like, for example, if you don't have Darkstone upgraded yet, well, you got 2 mythics to choose from. You got Mother of Darkness and you got Possessed King. And in most cases, you'd probably go Possessed King, depending if you really wanted to make a Mother of Darkness theme. But you can kind of make that determination based on, oh, okay, which mythic do I need, but also which mythic do I need to upgrade to 10 stars. You make the determination based on that, based on both stats and the troops available. And kind of factoring both of those things in on which one you craft with diamonds. And with how many mythics are in the game, while the gap does get increasingly larger as more get added, I believe the gap between mythics is generally only about 4 months or so. So if you're looking for like 2 or 3 different mythics, you're keeping your eye on it. One of them is bound to happen almost every month through the Soulforge rotation. Of course, it could take longer than once every month to get that many diamonds, though. Generally, you only get enough free diamonds to craft a mythic, I would say, every 2 to 3 months or so, approximately. It can vary based on several factors. I'll take that for now. Grab our explosions. And then split it to death. You got all possible 9 stars. The daily tribute is insane. Yeah, I know. You will really notice a difference between tribute. If you're currently kind of like sitting around 5, 6, 7 stars or so on everything, you will notice a gigantic difference once you get base 9 stars on everything. You're more than doubling the amount of gems you get from tribute at that point. It is a very stark difference. Because even though you're only increasing the percent chance by 10%, like I think it only goes from like a 20-something% to a 30-something% chance per kingdom, you have to keep in mind the instances where you get gems from tribute is when you have multiple tributes simultaneously. And when you get everything to base 9 star, which ends up increasing your tribute chance, you substantially increase the rate at which you get tributes simultaneously. To the point that I believe at base 9 star, you get like an average of like 8 to 10 gems per tribute, somewhere around there. That definitely starts adding up over time. Like, it's enough that you could get pretty much like 100 gems a day from tribute. Obviously, depending on how many times you take it. But it can average around there. Yeah, my highest tribute was 20-something. I forget exactly. I believe it was 28. I know it was in the 20s, higher 20s. No, maybe it might have been a little bit lower than that. It might have been 26. I know it was like the mid to higher 20s. I'm not sure if anyone has gotten a 30. Just because it's super, super rare. Due to how much luck you would have to get simultaneously for all of them to align. And I think a 34 has quite literally never been done. The percent chance is insanely low. Even lower than the instant kill assassin thing that we saw the other day with that one little video clip. That was like a 0.0 something something chance. I forget what the exact number comes out to, though, of getting 34 simultaneous tributes. It's something absurdly small percent chance. Not to mention the person who might have actually done it might have mashed through it too quickly to even notice. Well, it is a gnome event. So that should be what's happening. Gnomes everywhere. The main locations you'd want to do is explore casual 1-trophy PvP so that you can repick with gold. Those are the 2 best locations to do it. I personally like doing explore. It's because it's more consistently quick killable compared to PvP. Plus you don't have to wait for the repick screen if you get a bad battle. And we got another Volkey, so we're at 7 right now. We just need 3 more if we want to reach our arbitrary goal of reaching 10 for this weekend, as we normally try to aim for. Not too big a deal if we don't. But that's ideally the range at which we normally want to aim, if we can. And the other one gave 5,000 souls. That one's only going to give us 1,000. Unfortunate. That's his whole ride. That's his whole range of drops, by the way, too. 1,000 is lowest, then it goes 2,500, then 5,000. And then, of course, Volkey's a drop. How do you get delves to 2,500? It's relatively hard. You have 1 to 2,000, but you haven't gotten any more renowned since. The only way that you can get it higher is to do a level 2,000 or level 500 pure faction. Level 500 pure faction is exceedingly hard to do, and it's generally only done with potion effects, just due to the sheer difficulty of trying to do it without the potion effects. To try to buy a kingdom up with potions, it can cost you in the range of like 2,000 to 3,000 gems, so it is a bit pricey, and it's not advised for everyone to do. It's something you do way towards the end of the game, just because your gems would be much better spent on almost anything else in the game. However, you do eventually get to the point where you do start doing them. But it is possible to do factions without potion effects. However, it is exceedingly hard to do so. But yeah, to get a max 2,500 faction, the main hardest requirement is doing level 500 pure faction, meaning using any combination of the 4 faction troops, so you can repeat the multiple of one. So for example, you could use 3 of one and 1 of another, or something like that, or you could use 1 of each, however you want to run it. But of the 4 faction troops, You have to win using only that, no hero. Just the 4 faction troops, or any combination of the 4 faction troops, 2 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 2 2, or 1 2 1, I should say. Obviously, you can't have 5 things on your team. Hey, 1,000 glory, nice. But yeah, you just have to run the faction troops for it. It's pretty hard to do. The easiest one to do it in, if you already got it to that point, without potion effects, is probably still Crypt. If you do Crypt Keepers, the chance that you get it done is probably the highest there due to instant kill chance. You basically bank the entire run on instant kill chance, and it might take you several attempts, and maybe even like dozens of attempts. I think it took me a couple dozen when we first ended up getting it. However, you will eventually break 3 with enough luck to win, and it's probably one of the easier locations to do because it's purely luck based and doesn't necessarily matter what your stats are. It does to some degree because you do want to have a little bit to be able to survive the true damage hit on the final battle. But everything beyond that is not really needed, as a good majority of the battle is determined by, do you get lucky enough to randomly instant kill? And if so, you get a free pure faction, and if you don't, gotta repeat until you do. Bald. Bald. I'm not bald. We got some here or there. We still got here. Though my dad did start going bald in like his 30s at some point. Hopefully that doesn't happen to me. I'm still only 25, so I'm still ways away from that. We need to go do what what's his name does. Steve Funker. He's bald. He's the lead developer of Gems of War, and he's bald, and he always wears hats. Got to start getting a hat collection. But he's like always wearing a hat, pretty much. He's a hat for every occasion. I wouldn't even be surprised if he has hats for his hats. Let's see. We'll take that over. Grab herself a split. Do I have some troops that are not ascended to Mythic? Yes. Mostly the Gnome troops. Because it is insanely pricey to do so in the current state of the game. They're likely going to be making tweaks to Vault Keys in the future, which is one of the main reasons I hoard my Vault Keys. But they are likely to make tweaks to Vault Keys in the future that will make it so you can get them through Vault Keys at a much quicker rate. However, it is, without spending a billion blue orbs, it is very, very hard to actually get the Gnome troops to max. That's pretty much the only thing I don't have to max. That and some Doom troops. Like, here's everything we don't have maxed. I don't think we have any actual troops not maxed. Not show all. I mean, do it by level, I guess. If we go to level and go to the lower end. So the only things we don't have maxed are all of the Gnome troops, which is to be expected, because you basically have to throw a major blue orb on all 6 of them to get them up, or I should say all 7, because we're missing one of them, because I haven't opened up Key since then. These 2 I just forgot to level. Let me go do that right now. So we go get those leveled up. Go get our useless treasure leveled. Technically I am missing 2 of them. 2 of the treasures I haven't done the thing on yet. Or 3 of the treasures actually. Just because I didn't want to waste a treasure. But we could theoretically do that if we wanted to. But yeah, I think we have 2 or 3 treasure that we don't. Yeah, 2 treasure I haven't done. So we got the 6 gnomes, or 7 gnomes I should say, since I don't have the other drop yet. And this is mostly because I'm waiting on Vault Key upgrade and revamp before I bother getting those up. Because that will allow you to do it without orbs. Then we have 2 treasures, which if we just go open up some things and then upgrade them, we could easily go and get. And they're generally not considered for completion, but you could still do them. Which I have been for all the other treasure. And then you have the Dooms. Dooms I'm just going to get naturally up. Some of them I might use a blue orb on. The one I already have up of yellow, I did use a blue orb on because we got an extra star out of it. If we can get extra stars out of these to a point that's worth it, I might consider it. But that would still cost us 5 orbs to do so if we wanted to right now. That's a bit pricey. I'm not sure if we're going to throw 5 blues on these. But that's it. So we're just missing some of the Doom troops to be upgraded, which we could do with 5 blue orbs. We're missing 2 treasures, which I could literally do right now if I open up the shards. And we got the gnomes, which I'm waiting on until they do a Vault Key rework before we get those upgraded. Because after that Vault Key rework, we should be able to just get them up naturally. Due to the fact that you'll likely get multiple gnomes whenever you get a gnome drop, and that gnome drops would just in general be a lot more common than they are now. When we're getting that rework, I have no clue. We've been hoarding them for like a year and a half in case they do that revamp. They've been making mention of it for a little over a year now, but they still haven't gotten around to it. And now with coronavirus, it's probably even more delayed if they're even going to get around to it. But I'm still holding out just in case. And by the time they do, we'll have like 200 to 300 vault keys. But yeah, everything else in the game we have maxed. So yeah, every single thing that's, let's say this, every single troop that is within a normal key drop we have. So like glory key, gem key, event key, VIP key, anything like that. Anything that is in a normal key drop we have maxed. It's just the things that are obtained by slightly weird means that we don't have max. Like Tower of Doom event, the ones from the Underworld, which could easily be upgraded if we really needed to, and the ones from Vault keys, which are not the same as normal keys at all. Especially with how few you end up getting. Like, this is how many we have after opening hundreds of Vault keys. We only have that few copies. That's like enough to get them to rare. That's not even enough to get them to ultra rare. The only people that have those maxed are people that's used major blue orb on all of them, which is extremely expensive and not advised doing. Especially since they have no actual value in being upgraded, at least in the current state of the game. That might change into the future, but the current state of the game has no value with them being upgraded. So do be mindful of that. I highly advise not using your blue orbs on them. And if anyone else has any other questions, let me know. I'll make sure to go over it all. And we will be streaming tomorrow night for Easter. For any of you that are still social distancing, which you should definitely be doing. Do you have some troop that are not ascended? Oh, wait, never mind. I already answered that. I was literally just got finished answering that. Let's see. We'll throw Ruin down. Purple Guild War without Zugoff, you would just build around Wild Queen in any way that you would want to build around Wild Queen for the most part. Green Seer into Wild Queen's insanely good combo. And you could do it very easily without Zugoff. I just happen to use a Zugoff variant right now. The only reason we really lost that one battle was because of not paying attention. But of course, if you don't own Zugoff, you could easily build that team without it. It's the same premise of team. You just run with a different tank. Well, Zugoff technically isn't a tank, but you know, you would run with a tank instead. Obsidius, if you have it laying around, is actually a decent option for it. Though it does have some color overlap. But it doesn't overlap on green, and that's the main thing that matters. No mythics and no doom weapons? You could probably Keeper of Souls into Skull Spam. Or Glaceon into Skull Spam. There's Divinish Bala, but her normal counterpiece that she gets doubled with is not purple. It is yellow, so you could do it for Yellow Day, but it won't work for your Purple Day. You can run Queen of Tanya into Fairy Fire into Spell Kill. So if you have some purples that can deal really high spell damage, you can build into that. You can even use what's his name if you have enough magic, but you just happen to not have that many mythics. You can run, oh gosh, what's his name? That one human from Darkstone that has 6 mana cost that destroys a bunch of gems. Well, Thrall. You could use Thrall. He's a really good mana accumulator if you have a lot of magic. So if you have magic but not the kingdoms, you could do it that way. Because he can clear, if you can clear at least half the board with Thrall, he's insanely good value. He has +1 purple into himself. He has only 6 mana cost, and he gets to get as much mana accumulation as a troop that explodes the entire board, as long as he has at least 62 Gem Destroy. And he theoretically gets even more mana accumulation if he has 33 or more Gem Destroy, which in Guild Wars with extra stats, you might actually have that high. But if you have in like the 30s for your magic for him, he's worth considering as a mana generator. Sometimes even in first slot, though you could always use your tank, your hero's tank with Barrier on Brown on a hero class and run it that way with Thrall. You could even do that with Board if you wanted to, since they're both from the same. But yeah, no problem. Also, did stream just die? I think it was a mini def. We keep getting a lot of mini defs lately. Not sure if stream actually died down. That is like the dozenth time that has happened in the last few days. And I don't believe it's my connection at all. It's some kind of thing on a YouTube side. Because people were mentioning that's the issue on other streams as well. On YouTube. Probably even on Twitch as well. Oh, what do we grab here? I'll take that for now. Yeah, Glaceon is pretty decent. Only thing you have to watch out for is it does have pretty high mana cost. But 65% reduction is really useful. Alderfather would probably be your best bet with it for synergy. Mostly because it has backup summon. And a pretty decent one. So how close are we on next level? I'm not sure if we're going to go all the way right now for another level. No, we're almost there. The stream keeps wanting to disconnect apparently, but we need 45 more XP. We might go all the way. We're decently close to it. The rate we're normally going at, it should only take about 15 minutes. Good evening, James! Welcome. How's the Gnome Vault keys go looking so far? We're at 7 so far. Hopefully 8. You know you want to prove me wrong, game. Come on, Volkey, go. Nah, just gold. We're at 7 right now for Volkies. Which means we should be at exactly, what, 175 keys? We should be at 175. If we're any higher than 175, we actually got more than 7. We should be at exactly 175. Yep, 175, which means we've gotten exactly 7 keys. And 3 more, and we'll reach our normal arbitrary goal of trying to hit 10 each weekend, Gnome weekend. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. I think we might be like a key short this weekend. A key or 2. Maybe we'll get some Easter luck. Is there a way to know what will be in Soulforge each week? No. We know what's not in Soulforge, however, we never know what will be in Soulforge. It runs on a cycle, and we know what will be out of cycle, and we know what could potentially be in cycle. However, it's completely random what 4 within cycle will actually be in it. So, for example, we could theoretically know what 20 troops could potentially be in Soulforge. However, which one of those 20 will specifically be in, or which 4 of them, is completely unknown until Monday actually happens. There's no way to know prior, because the game randomly generates it on Monday. So there's quite literally no way to know ahead of time. We can just know generally what will and what will not, but we will never know exactly what is. Also, I believe I need more copies of that pet. I haven't been knowing all the ones I already have all the copies for, but any of them that we do need copies for, I will go do. And this is one of those that we do need copies for, so let's go do it. This, if nothing else, will also get Knight up quite a bit. It gives us 16 XP. Which will help boost that up a little bit there, so that we only need a little bit more. Let's go do it. Get these pet. We're gonna need to do it anyways, so might as well claim it for some Knight XP. We're gonna be doing it already. And we should destroy, throw key, dead, rinse, repeat. But we do have to double cast. It's not like a Rowan where you just do a single one and be done. Unfortunately. Okay, grab gold, take red, throw another red, so we get full mana, luckily into extra turn. Luckily into full mana, into double kill, into repeat, into win. Come on, full mana, full mana, full mana, full mana. And you're dead. Oh yeah, is Cindy streaming right now? Yeah, I'll say hi to Cindy afterwards. That's some things I need to do in game anyways. I might not go over to her area or meet up with her immediately. But yeah, we'll go do some Animal Crossing with Cindy. What's she even doing right now? Is she streaming right now? Pretty sure she already started her stream. And she said she wasn't streaming earlier because she had like a sore throat or something. I assume it has gotten better today. Because technically today's her tomorrow already. It's Sunday morning for her. Because Australian time zone. Actually, that reminds me, there's still stuff I need to catch in Australian time zone. Too bad I couldn't do the fishing tournament in her area. There's a lot of things I actually need to catch in her ocean. Oh, she's helping Isabel. How nice of her. Yeah, I was going to give the recipes to her, Isabel, tomorrow. I gave her a ladder today. I think that's the only thing I gave her because she didn't stay at my island for long because she didn't want to lag it. So that would explain why Isabel's not here this stream. Haha. I think she's got slightly addicted to Animal Crossing as well. She just got it like a few days ago. So she's on that power grind to make up for lost time. And everyone's been helping her out. But yeah, tomorrow I can give her every single Easter recipe she doesn't have. Or at least, you know, the ones that can actually drop by normal means. Some of them you can only get from your villagers. Let's see, we'll move that over. Grab a green over there. Get her destroy. Actually, I'm going to go for gold first, just in case it's not enough. Then we just go straight from key to key. There we go. Should you craft Weaver this week and get the magic bonus, or wait for Wild Queen? Oh, that's a hard choice. Weaver plus magic bonus or Wild Queen? Oh. Do you feel like you would use Wild Queen for all 3 Guild War days? If the answer is yes, you should probably go Wild Queen. Weaver does seem tempting, though. Especially for permanent +1 magic. But, that is a hard dilemma. I'm not sure. I feel like I use Wild Queen a lot, but I still use Weaver on occasion. It really depends on how much you value the +1 magic right now, rather than having a better Guild War option for brown, green, and purple. It really comes down to how much do you value how much you score in Guild Wars. Because Wild Queen would help you way more for Guild Wars than Weaver does. Weaver will help you for Guild Wars, though, but only defensively. It doesn't really help you much offensively. Even though there's offensive teams that use it, the main team that uses is that one Orb Weaver defend team, which is generally used defensively and does not score that well offensively in Guild Wars. Just because it's a bit to the slower side. The reason for using it is because it has high win rate, not because it wins quickly. Because the score is relatively bad for Guild War scoring. However, it's good at making other teams also score bad, which is why it's used on defend and not offensively. But obviously, Wild Queen can be ran offensively every single Guild War day. But Wild Queen will only give you an attack buff, not a magic buff, because Wild Queen is associated to. Oh wait, never mind. I was gonna say sword, a Forest of Thorns. Never mind. It doesn't give you an attack buff. I think it gives like an armor or buff or something. Because it's Pan's Veil. Isn't Wild Queen Pan's Veil? Like 95% certain it's Pan's Veil. It almost seems like it should be Forest of Thorns, but it's from Pan's Veil. Where it has the Wild Folk synergy. Yeah, Weaver is more defensive, whereas Wild Queen is way more offensive. Even though both of them can be used for both roles. Yeah, it's Pan's Veil. That's what I thought. What bonus is Pan's Veil? I can't even remember. It is... I know it's one of the durability ones. It is HP, is what Pan's Veil is. Also, we have enough to upgrade at Yellow Kingdom if we want to. Alright, let me go grab the pet copies, and then go get the last of our XP we need on night to get 1 more level. 2 squids, nice. And that's enough to level it, nice. Let me go do that right now before I forget. It's Merlantis bonus, which isn't used too much. We have to keep in mind that there's a Merlantis hero class. Well, technically, there's a hero class for everything as of next Friday. But there's a hero class that can somewhat synergize with that bonus. Where to go? Pets. Where is the one we just got? So I can go upgrade it. You're in here somewheres. Hiding from us. Where did it go? There it is, squid. So what was that other snowman pet? We might need to upgrade that too. Ah, there we go. Another 0.25 for that pet bonus. And where does snowman go? There it is. Are you cosmetic? No, you're a Skia bonus. Wait, let me upgrade this too. I didn't even realize we didn't have this upgraded. So let's go get the snowman up as well. I guess I forgot to do that. Gosh, we almost got 1,000 white pet food again. We could probably start spamming onto quite a few of these other pets. I have been for a little while because I didn't want to run out of food again. And mostly focus on the more important ones. But we're almost at the point where we could just go do it again. You get literally everything upgraded. But you can start burning through a lot of pet food if you do it like that. So we gotta be a little more cautious if we do. Like, for example, does this go all the way? No, it doesn't. What's something that does go all the way right now? Where's one of the things? There it is. You're for Merfolk. No, you're not. Never mind. Where's one of the ones that's for a faction that we haven't already maxed? Were you faction? No. Where's one of the faction ones we haven't maxed? Like one that we have ascended but not maxed. We could technically do it to that mirror. I want to see how much white pet food it takes to max out a pet. Let's see. Gosh, we got so many at 31. Don't I have one that's idling on it? Fine, I'll just do it on mirror. Just to see. So we'll go and ascend you to max. I want to see how much pet food that will cost. So we'll do this. Every one yellow is 2 whites. So to max out a pet, yeah, that's why that number goes down so quick. That is 68. 68 into that is 200. It costs 200 white pet food to max out a pet. And that means we only have enough white pet food to max 4 pets. So even though it seems like we have a gigantic stack, that is only 4 pets pretty much. So even though that seems really large, it's not actually that large. Because the second we start putting them down on faction ones like that, it is just going to burn through our food very, very quickly. And we have way more than 4 upgradable pets that are even just faction alone. Because that's faction. That's not faction, but it's going to be upgraded as much. That's faction. That's... What is that faction? No, that's not faction. Where else would we have faction 1? I think this is where it... But, I wasn't a shark faction? I forget. I can't remember. But, I would definitely eat through it pretty quick. And I don't think we would be able to get away with upgrading all of them. We can get pretty close to. I just need to be doing more pet battles when we have them. And we can get it. But anyways, there's some free gems. Not much from upgrading our pets, but hey, it adds up. Let's go get one more Sword's Edge. Or not Sword's Edge. One more Knight Hero class level. Should be pretty much right on top of it. I think we're like less than 20 away. Yep, 23 pretty much. So let's go get that last little bit of EXP. And we'll end it there. We're not going to do all pets right now. We don't have enough food for it. If we did, I would consider it. But we're still quite short on food to get everything single pet maxed. And I don't want to make it so we have 0 for when an actual pet that we need to get maxed comes around. I always like to keep some amount of food on reserve, which is why we haven't been upgrading some of them. Because you never know when we're going to get a lot of good pets back to back to back. And the only time you can really farm a lot of pet food is during gnome events like right now. And most other times you can't get as much pet food. Is there a fast rush team for pet battles? There's a couple different ones. Some of them less consistent than others. But as long as you're winning in under 5 minutes, you're pretty much in the clear. One team to consider for doing that is... I normally run Skeleton Key team. Well, one team for that, actually, oddly enough, is Phoenicia with Sunspear. Phoenicia with Sunspear with mana accumulation really quick is one of the quicker teams for running through the battles. It can average around 4 minutes. The main reason I don't do it is it's not too much slower to use Key, and you end up getting a lot of gold while doing so, which helps me gold farm a little bit more. Since I don't gold farm as much, it helps fill that little bit of gap. There's also some Skull spam team variants that went pretty quickly for it, depending on which one you want to use. However, I find Phoenicia to probably be the best overall method. I normally use Skeleton Key though, just because it overall pays better loot per minute that it gives. And even though it's like about 30 seconds to a minute slower than most of the other quick kill teams, it gives you so much gold in that time that's normally worth going a minute slower for the extra gold. Yeah, I still need to go feed my pets to my pets. We actually have more pet food than I currently have. If I grind all my pets into food, all of our spare pets. But yeah, we'll need to do that later. Poor pets. Yeah, if we feed our pets to our pets, we'll probably be able to almost have enough to upgrade everything. I've been waiting. One of the things I've been waiting on to do that is I want a disenchant all of them for that. And I need to remember to go mention that to them if they have a beta testing for this one. It's a button that we really need, that they might have forgotten about a bit. But we desperately need a disenchant all pet thing. We have it for troops, but we don't have it for pet extra copies. Right now, if you want to go and turn all your pets into pet food, you have to manually do it one at a time. So if you have like 50 pets that you need to go convert into food, that's going to take you like in half an hour almost just to convert them into food, which is very time consuming compared to if they just add a button that could do it within like 30 seconds, not even. But if we ever get that button, I probably will go and try maxing all my pets. Because then we'll know exactly how much pet food we actually have. Glory Gnome. Hey, 1,000 glory, nice. Doesn't even matter if we get a bunch of Volt keys as long as we keep getting 1,000 glory drops. That can easily make up for it very quickly. Yeah, Urskea's Shield plus Rowan is very, 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 very strong. It runs through the entire game as well. You normally don't see me using it as much just because it's a little bit towards the slower side when you have every option in the game. It has higher stats in general. But it can be ran all the way through, even into endgame. It is a very strong option. Not the quickest option for everything, but still very strong. It's one of the cheapest upscaling teams, if not the cheapest, they can build in the entire game as well. Because Urskea's Shield just requires 250 win on Sentinel hero class, which obtained from completing our Urskeia Kingdom questline. And then the Rowan you get for free just for completing our Forest of Thorns questline. And then you normally put like a Leprechaun with it and one other option. Like maybe a Mirage Queen if you happen to have. Or just the second Leprechaun. And it can be ran relatively cheap. And he uses 0 mythics. And the only legend that it potentially does use is one that you can easily get off of Underworld by throwing some shards at it rather than having to do it by some other mean. Because normal Kingdom legends are way harder to obtain than faction legends. Faction legends are almost epic rarity even though they have legendary border. Just because the fact that they're in a faction makes it so they're always targetable. And the fact that they're always targetable basically means that you have an event key specifically for it at any given time that uses a completely different currency that isn't even gem related. So you can normally do it for really good value, getting all those legends, and a lot easier than most other legends. Like getting something like a Divine Ishbala, for example, is way, way harder than getting a Mirage Queen. Due to the fact that Divine Ishbala is a kingdom legend in the kingdom that has like 2, 3, 4 legends. Whereas the other one, the Mirage Queen, is in a faction that you can focus at any time with shards that only has one single legend in the entire faction. Meaning if you get a legend drop, it will be the one you want. Yeah, factions are pretty nice for people who are going through the game. Like, if they become aware of some of the better drops that exist underneath faction, they could just target them out really, really easily. I did that slightly for my Nintendo Switch account. Not as many factions existed at the time, though. But, yeah, you were easily able to target out options that would help you out throughout the game. More so than you would normally have access to. But anyways, there's our class level. I kind of mashed through it a little bit too quickly. But we did gain our level. Level 96. 4 levels to go. We'll get it very, very soon. And yeah, 7 Volt keys. Hopefully we'll find at least 1 more tonight. Or tomorrow night. Hopefully find 3 more tomorrow night. Who knows? Maybe we can get as lucky as we did last night. And see how it goes. But does anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise, I'm probably going to start wrapping up for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time as always. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Which is about an hour prior to now tomorrow. And we'll be messing around with Easter. It'll be Easter, of course. And we'll be mostly messing around with Vault events, but starting, of course, with Guild Wars. So we'll go Guild Wars. Dailies, probably redeem code. A special redeem code, too. Mess with Vault event, and hopefully get a few more. So that's pretty much the game plan. Also, we'll go over the spoilers for next week, of course, too. And we'll have some bunny ears to be all festive. We will still be having Animal Crossing stream tomorrow as well. It'll likely be starting a little bit later than it did today. Probably around 10 a.m. or so. Possibly noon. It depends if I sleep in or not. But I'll try to have the thing up a little bit ahead of time. But we'll definitely be streaming for at least several hours. Probably like 6+ hours, maybe 8+ hours of Animal Crossing. We'll mostly be doing the Easter event and doing some other things around our town that we need to focus on. Yeah, tomorrow's finally Bunny Day in the game, which of course is just the version of Easter, which will be good because once that's finally over, we don't have to deal with eggs anymore. They are so annoying. I have so many useless eggs that keep dropping everywhere. I can finally feel good about cutting trees. Like, I haven't been cutting trees that much the last 2 weeks because Bunny Day keeps making like a third of your tree drops into useless eggs. But after tomorrow, I'll actually feel like doing it. Same as Nook Mile tickets. We've been running almost no Nook Mile tickets. But as of tomorrow, we'll be starting to run a lot more. Sorry, after tomorrow, we'll be running a lot more. Because I think there's still eggs until the 13th. After the Bunny event ends. Anyways, guys, though, I'll catch you later. So 8 p.m. As normal for Gems of War. And we'll probably start around 10 or noon for Easter for Animal Crossing. I'll catch you guys soon. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there. Practice social distancing for Easter. Please don't do anything that's not safe. We don't need to spread it even more. And I will catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.